Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, I've shared the notes in the group, so go through this. And for the second session exam, till the estimation part. Okay, introduction of estimation we have discussed about the rough estimate, different types of estimate. Today we'll discuss about the detail estimate. So till here, depreciation, cash flow we discussed, right? So everything will come under your second session exam. So go through those notes. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible or not. Okay. Screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last class we discussed about rough estimate, right? Taking out quantities, bill of quantities. Today we'll discuss about detail estimate. So any doubts from rough estimate? Any doubts from rough estimate? Okay. No one is saying so. Hope there is no doubt. Okay. So in detail estimate, we generally prepare for cost of various items of the work that constitute the whole project from the detailed drawing working drawings after the design has been finalized. Once your design has been finalized, you can go for detail estimate. The mistakes, if any, in the rough cost estimates are eliminated in the detail estimate. Suppose you have missed some detail in rough estimate, you can add those details in the detail estimate. These are submitted to competent authorities for obtaining technical sanction. So these are technical sanction in the sense, suppose you have assigned a work, you have done the work, or suppose you have okay, let's take an example of a G plus 4 building. Suppose you have been assigned, you got the contract of G plus 4 building, you're constructing it, but suppose after G plus 2 you can make an estimate and you can submit, so that you can get the money till you have spent it till G plus 2 building. You can do an estimate, and that is called in terms of rupees, that will call as bill. You can submit the bill, they will sanction the money you have spent in G plus 2. Okay. So detail estimates we generally submit to get the technical sanction from the competent authorities. The whole project is subdivided into different items of works and activities. So your whole work is divided into different activities. In building construction, first excavation, then your foundation excavation, foundation construction, then it will be plinth beam, then it will be walls, right? Brickworks, then plastering, then lightning, like that. Active whole work is divided into different activities. The quantity for each item is then calculated separately from the drawing as accurately as possible. So the quantity, once you have found out the quantity, as I discussed earlier, once I have calculate all the quantities here. First, I take out all the descriptions from the drawings. What suppose for a brickwork, how much brickwork will be needed in a room? So you can refer the diagram. Then you can place the length. What is the breadth? What is the height? How much is those number? You can write the numbers, and you can calculate the quantity here. For length, breadth, height will give you quantity. The total quantity you can get if it is three numbers. Suppose three numbers. Length is 4 meter, breadth is 5 meter, height is 9 meter. So you multiplied 4 into 5 into 9, you will get the quantity. To get the total quantity, you have to multiply. Suppose this column is 1, 2, 3. Let us take as 2. Let me Suppose this column is 2, this column is 3. So you can get the total quantity multiplying 1 into 3. That means numbers multiplied by the quantity, you will get the total quantity. Now after this BOQ, what we have, price bill of quantities. So same way you will write the serial number 1, description, what is the unit of measurement, meter cube, square meter, numbers, etc. And what is the quantity you got from this BOQ, and what is the rate for 1 unit. Suppose this quantity is measured in meter cube. So I have 4000. Suppose I have, let me note, suppose I have 4000 meter cube. This will be written here meter cube. And 1 meter cube has a rate of rupees 50. Okay, so this 4000, this rate will be for 1 meter cube. So you can get the cost 50 into 4000, you will get the total cost. Suppose in terms of number, quantity is 1000 pipes. Okay, quantity is 1000 pipes, and I have the rate of one pipe is 500. Okay, rate of one pipe is 500, and quantity, I'll be needed 1000 pipes in my project. So 1000 into 500 will give you total cost of the pipes you need required. So this is the price bill of quantities. Another, this is the BOQ. Okay, after estimation, total estimation, you take out all the quantities, you multiplied by, in estimation you just mention about, an estimation, this is actually estimation. Serial number, description, number, length, and now this is next, this is also called part of a estimation, which is called price bill of quantity. Here you or take out all the quantities from this BOQ, multiply with the current rate to get the total cost. You add all the cost, then you will get the final cost of the work. Okay, so the quantity of each for each item is then calculated separately from the drawing as accurately as possible. This procedure is known as taking out quantities. So in this the table, what we do, we used to fill the quantities. So the taking out all the quantity means we used to take the length, breadth, and height from the drawings, right? So that is the way that the whole procedure of getting the quantity is known as taking out quantities. The quantities for each item may be estimated as shown in the pattern, which is called bill of quantities, BOQ. The unit in which each item of the work is to be calculated should be according to the prevailing practice as followed in various departments of the country. Now, detail estimate. I have discussed about earlier SOR. Each item of the work is then multiplied by its estimated current rate, calculated by a fixed procedure to find out the cost of the item. Just now I discussed about this. At the end, a total of all items of the works are made to get the total estimated cost. Okay, and those rates depend on SOR. SOR is schedule of rates. For every state has its own schedule of rates. Because why it is needed, because the rates are usually as per SOR for the locality plus a premium to allow for rise in labor and material rates over and above the schedule of rates. Suppose if you don't follow SOR in a particular area, then people can set their own rates. So SOR is the standard rates of all items. Okay, so till now understood what we do? We take out all the quantities from the drawings, all the length, breadth, and height, and we used to calculate the total quantities. Okay, after calculating total quantities, we multiply the quantities with the rate to get the total cost. Now, very important, a percentage, usually 5%, is also provided on the total estimated cost for the work to allow for possible contingencies. due to foreseen items or expenditure or other causes besides 2% establishment charge. So suppose my total cost of project, we generally provide 5 to 10% for contingencies. Suppose the after estimation the total cost of project came to 5 crore. 5 crore. Okay. Okay. So total cost of the project is 5 crore. So what we do, we used to provide one more add. So this is the cost. Now this is not the final cost. What we do, we add 5% to 10% for contingencies. Contingencies means any unforeseen circumstances. What we do, we that's may happen, right? May occur. So and there may be some extra charges due to weather conditions, transportation, any could be the situations. Anything could happen, right? So we used to take 5 to 10% of 5. We will take 5 to 10% of 5 cr, whatever. If your project is 10 cr, you have to take 5 to 10% of 10 cr. If your project is costing 5 lakh rupees, you have to take 5 to 10% of 5 lakh plus 2% of this cost, 2% of this cost as establishment charge. When you start the project, there will be some charges. Okay, those who are not considered in the BOQ. Okay, those who we are getting the project from the contract. Okay, suppose you are a contractor, you are getting the project from the government. The government won't set that 2% in your BOQ. They won't mention it. Okay, so you have to add 2% also. When you go there, you set up your equipments, you clear the sites, right? So these are the establishment charges. So we what we do, we add 2% of total cost in the total cost. After summing up all three, we'll use to get the total actual cost of the project. Besides drawings and details of measurement and calculation of quantities, the following documents are also usually submitted with the detailed estimate for obtaining technical sanction. So in tendering process, we'll come to tender in the next classes. What we do, we used to get drawings, detailed measurements, BOQs, and a report explaining history, necessity, scope, and main features of the project, its design and estimate. And there will be some specifications laying down the nature and class of work and material to be used in various parts of the work. That means specifications will be given, like that it will be mentioned that in plastering, use this you can use top cement, Birla cement or Tata cement. In steel, you go for HYSD bar, TMT bars. Okay, in color you select pink, like a cream color or yellowish color in paintings, or in whitewashing you use. So they will give you the specifications also. What is the requirement, like how, what cement you should use, what reinforcement you use, what should be the thickness of the glass in windows, what electrical appliances you should use in the building. Like all those specifications will also be given to you. Okay, the abstract of cost showing the total quantities under each subhead, rate per unit of measurement and cost. Calculation sheet. Then estimating. In fact, in estimating the estimating is the art and skill lies only in the computation of details without any omissions. So estimating is an art. Okay, how you take out the quantities without overwriting the same quantities again and again. It requires a great skill actually. Uh, Okay. Then classification depending upon purpose of detail. So what is the purpose of detail estimate? It is classified into two: contractor's estimate and engineer's estimate. So contractor estimate is made by the contractor, and it is usually prepared. He usually prepared detail estimate very carefully. An engineer's estimate made by the engineer, usually for the purpose of financing the work and for checking bids and running bills submitted by contractors. So suppose sometimes contractor may increase in estimation, they he may add some extra items which is not required, or which has not been issued in the BOQ to use in the project. So what engineers do, basically they used to make their own estimate, so that they can check all the bids or running bills. Running bills means the project which is going on, and suppose as I discussed earlier, that suppose you have been given a G+6 building, at after G+2 building you submitting a bill to get the that much amount of money, so that is called as running bill. Okay. Or also you can okay, we'll get the progress estimate later on. Yes, this is the three progress. Number three is progress estimate. As I discussed just now, progress estimate is in the whole span of the project. You are dividing the work in 2 to 3 halves, and you are submitting the bill 2 to 3 times. These are made by the engineer at regular interval for the completed parts of the project during the progress of the work, for determining the amounts of partial payments to be made to the contractor. On large contracts, such as estimates are commonly made each month, and hence are frequently called monthly estimates. Okay. Now, revised cost estimate. Revised cost estimate is a detailed estimate and is prepared when the original sanction estimate value is exceeded by 5% or more. So just read the line that we prepare a revised cost estimate, it if when it and it is prepared when the original sanction estimate, if the original sanction estimate is suppose 10 lakh rupees, and your cost estimate has exceeded by 5% to more than 5 lakh rupees, then you have to again make a cost estimate. Okay, suppose original sanction amount that you have been sanctioned 5 lakh rupees for this project, but when you do the estimate after doing all the works, you come to know that your amount has reached more than 5%, or 5, it is 5% or more, okay, exceeded by 5%, so it is more than 5%, then again you have to do a revised estimate. The increase may be due to sudden increase in cost of material, cost of transport. So the that increased percentage. Suppose, okay, let me note. Suppose you have been sanctioned 5 lakh rupees. When you do detail estimate, your cost, suppose it has increased 6% of 5 lakh rupees. It had increased the 6% of 5 lakh rupees. So what you do, you again do a revised cost estimate. Okay, and this increase may be due to increase in cost of material, cost of transportation, etc. The reason behind the revision of estimate should be mentioned on the last page of the revised estimate. So why a revised estimate has been required, we have to mention the reasons also. Another one is supplementary cost estimate. It is also a detailed estimate, and it is prepared freshly when there is a requirement of additional works during the progress of original work. So I can give an example that suppose in you are constructing a road, uh, in that road, in that 9 kilometer road, suppose this is a 9 kilometer road you have to construct, and in BOQ or in the contract only one bridge is assigned to you to construct, but when you see that you will need one more bridge on that 9 kilometer road, so this is an extra work. So what you have to do for this extra work, you have to make a cost estimate, which is known as supplementary. The estimate sheet should consist of cost of original estimate as well as the total cost of work, including supplementary cost of work for which sanction is required. So see, for this 9 kilometer road and for this bridge, your amount is sanctioned. Suppose 5 CR. But to construct this bridge, you have to take the approval. If they approve, then you have to make a separate estimate for this bridge extra. 5 crore is for 9 kilometer plus one bridge. But if you are constructing, if you got the approval to construct one more bridge, then you have to make an separate estimate for this bridge. So that is called supplementary cost estimate. Okay. Now, annual repair cost. So, annual repair cost is also called as annual maintenance estimate, which is prepared to know the maintenance cost of building, which will keep the structure in safe conditions. So, in this, whitewashing, painting, minor repairs, etc., are taken into consideration while preparing annual repair estimate for a building. So, if you are constructing a building, if you got the contract of a building construction or a road, suppose, basically these are the main items, main work we used to do. So in building or whatever you construct, either road or building, what you have to do, you have to take care of it for 5 to 6 years as per government rules. You have to maintain that building and road for 5 to 6 years. Once you have constructed, your work is not over. Okay, you have to maintain that for 5 to 6 years, and for that maintenance you will need money, right? You have to expend the money. So for that also you have to make an estimate and submit to the government or the authority to get that money also. So that is the annual, how much cost has been incurred to and repair the building in those 5 to 7 years. Okay, just like whitewashing, painting, all come minor repairs, all comes, suppose you have got pothole in that road, so you have to maintain those potholes and the expenditure you have to show. So that will be so when you make the estimate of those repairs, that will be considered as annual repair cost estimate. Now these are the unforeseen items in detail estimate. One had to be very careful to see all the items of the work are incorporated. If you miss any item, then it will be your loss. You won't get money for that work. Likely that a few items, though unimportant in nature, might have been overlooked, and which may result in raising the estimate of the project. There may be also certain unforeseen circumstances affecting the project. Hence, a certain allows usually. So we used to take some percentage, 5 to 10% in total cost for as contingency. So for all the unforeseen reasons, unforeseen items, we used to take an extra care. What we do, we used to take 5 to 10% of the total cost in the total in addition to the total to get the total cost of the project. Okay. These are the various ways to get project estimation right. You have to be very honest and accurate about the figures, clarify all the assumptions, adapt to the available budget, include risk, check again for overlooked activities, break down your project into small parts before estimation, list and evaluate each task, learn from past projects, understand the context and background, ask the right questions. Now, in ask the right questions, like it will be these are the examples. What is the goal of the project? Expected from the project? Who are the stakeholders and would be team members? What and how is the relation between them? Who is the point of contact from the client side? What are the client's expectations? Technologies involved, budget, expected timeline, and are there any constraints or obstacles involved. So a good estimator, for a good estimation, for a good uh, engineer to make an estimation, you should be aware of all these points. Okay, let me share another ppt. I'll show you a detailed estimate of though we not required a numerical on this, because in practical class you must have got. Your different site conditions will affect the overall cost. Okay, overall cost, it will depend on the labor, quality of labor, skill labor, weather conditions, type of machines. If it is not good operative machine, then it will affect the overall cost. Ground conditions. source of material is reachable or not. So basically we discussed this rough estimate in last class, right? So okay, this there is an example of rough estimate. Calculate the total rough cost estimate and cost per flat for a multi-story block consisting of 40 residential flats. Other details are given in the table. So these are the they may have, this is the add the following cost as lump sums. Okay, this is an assignment given to you that you can just make a rough estimate. These are the details given. For main flat area, for ground floor area is given. Building works, cost of building work is 1800, sanitary work is 130, electric service is 100, sui gas service is 60 rupees. So area is given and cost are given. So he has asked you to make a total rough cost estimate. You can take a screenshot if you want to do by yourself. You can take a screenshot of this section of the question. Calculate the total rough cost estimate and cost per flat. How much will be the cost per flat for a multi-story block consisting of 40 residential flats? Other details are given. Okay, okay, no, I'll give another assignment. You can do this one by yourself. Take a screenshot, and these are the okay. In the total screen is not visible. What about the others? Screen is not visible.
It's visible, ma'am.
Okay, so see, in the total cost, these are the lump sum cost you need to add. Road and walkways, this much, landscaping this much, external sewerage this much. So you have to add. He has asked you to add 6% for development charges, 3% for consultancy charges, miscellaneous. So these are the lump sum cost. These are the standard cost you have to calculate. In that cost you have to add these charges as lump sum. Okay, try it. If you don't understand, if you are not able to do it, then we'll discuss in next classes. But in practical class they must have taught you about this. Anyways, so you try this numerical. Okay, it will be fun. Actually it will help you in future. If you are able to do, if you can do an estimate from this semester only, it will help you in long run. So try to solve it. Okay, now we discuss about this detail estimate, right? This is the form, BOQ you can say, where we mention price bill of quantities. We discuss about contractors estimate, engineers estimate, progress estimate. And for unforeseen, we used to take 5 to 10% for contingencies. Now, methods of detail estimates, long wall and separate wall method. That is this already been discussed in your practical classes, so I won't discuss as we don't have any numerical in this. Okay, so I won't discuss the center line method and long wall short wall method as this has already been discussed in your practical classes. I'll show you just an example. Description and units of measurement for common items. So units of measurement is very important to know. uh, Ma'am must have given you one sheet where all the units of measurement is given. For plastering work, what will be the unit? For excavation, for brick work, will be the units of measurements. So you please go through that uh, for better understanding. Okay, some points are written here. I'll share this PPT also, you go through. So brickwork is usually measured in meter cube. For different work, different units of measurement will be there. For plumbing, electric fitting, so different. Okay, some common relations used in building estimates. So relation is that lump sums. I'll share different lump sums. Actually, this is from all the units are CFT. That means this in India we generally follow meter cube, right? Maximum work we used to work in meter cube or meter square. They have uh, they have used CFT, which is generally used in outside India. I'll share a new PPT where you can go through units of measurements of different items. Now there is an estimation of simple building. This is a building given. Okay, you have to basically to get the proper estimate. You should be aware of. You should be able to read the drawings. That is the first main thing. You should be able to read the drawings. So if you see, you won't see any foundation here. Okay, but you won't see any columns also. Okay, so here there will be one column. Here will be one column. Here will be one column. These are the windows. These S is written. This is shelf. This is shelf. These are the doors. Again, this is the window. These are the column. Here also it will be column. So like that, you should be able to read the drawing. When you read the drawing, then only you will be able to make an estimate. Okay, so these are the placing of column. These are the windows, one, two, three windows, and two shelves are there. And sizes are also mentioned 4 by 4, 4 by 4. That means 4 is the length, 4 is the length, 4 is the width. 10 is the length, 12 is the width. 12 by 12. So you have to able to you should means practice reading drawings, different drawings. So this is the plan of a building. This is the foundations. Okay, one foundation is 2 inch by 1.5 and one is 2 foot by 1.5 foot. The next is 2 and okay, the dimension is represented. Okay, the length and breadth is not properly given. Okay, this is one kind of foundations. This is one kind of foundation. This is the DPC part. These are the different layerings of the foundations. Now specifications are given. How much floor height, how much is the thickness of the slab, how much DPC you should need. So these are the specifications will be given to you. Now in this center to they have calculated this length, center to center length, and this is the way to fill the values in bill of quantities. First is the earthwork for excavation in foundation trenches. So number in numbers L1. So they have given a symbolizes L1. That means you can mark by yourself to make it means you can so that you can recognize by yourself. L1 3. That means three lengths are similar, maybe of similar length, breadth, and height. That's why 3. Total quantity is length, breadth into height is the quantity. You will get the total quantity multiplying this 224.22 multiplied by 3. You will get the total quantity. Okay, now remarks he has given how he had pine 35 7 this value, how he got this length he has mentioned in remarks. So all this has been discussed in practical classes, right? If I'm not wrong, is it? Please respond. 28 students are there. Okay, so our next is artwork in fillings under floors. Then like this, different works will be placed in this BOQ. Length, breadth, and height total quantities for each item will be calculated. Like here for different items for different but in my class actually it is basics. In practical you have to solve all this. My subject is the basics part. The basics you should be aware of all this. I have a very vast syllabus. In practical class you have to do the whole problem. No issue, you'll get plenty of videos. You can go through YouTube. You'll get plenty of videos. If you don't understand, reach out to your ma'am, and you can also reach out to me. Okay, so like this at the end, what will we do? Oh, one more important thing, deductions. So when you do in I was present in A B section. Okay, so when you do estimation for wall, just don't generally don't take. Okay, if I went to this, let's see this diagram. When you do the estimation of this wall, when you do the estimation of this wall, see this wall has two windows, right? It has two windows. You have to deduct those windows from the wall in estimating the brickwork for this wall. Again, in this wall, if you are estimating this wall, you have to deduct this window plus this door also. Okay, so you have to be very careful about this. So like that, you calculate all the quantities. At the end, you will add all the quantities for different works. Now abstract of quantities. So now excavation in what was the quantities, you have abstracted it. Earlier it was a lot of calculation. Now you will write only the total quantities. This is the total so that is it, it is called as detail estimate. Every detail has been discussed here. See, now abstract of quantity means you will write only this description, 3 coats of weather shield paint to walls, and this total quantity. Okay, so they have mentioned all the abstract of quantities. This is the summary. Then after that they have not mentioned about then after that you can also make price bill. So with reference to the quantity, you can also multiply with the current rate to get the total cost. So that's all about detail estimate. I'll try if I finish the course on time. If we get some extra time, then we'll also go to some numericals. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. If you have any doubts, put your doubts in the chat box. If not, then you can write your roll numbers. And those who wrote their roll numbers, they can leave the classroom.